Hi all and welcome to Parker Reefs. On today's episode we drop in and visit Nick and Ashton of Nick's Aquarium Oceanarium and Terrarium, the new store. Alright, so I was recently up in Queensland with Reef Revolution getting around to a few stores, and I couldn't help but drop into Nick and Ashton's new store in North Lakes. You can see it's only about a 13-minute drive from their existing store, and it's an absolute ripper. You can see Ashton's just taking off here. She's going to pick up one of those new Ryobi glass cleaners, which we'll see a little bit later. But there's absolutely no mistaking when you walk into the store that this is an incredible aquarium store. Obviously more than an aquarium, it's Oceanarium and Terrarium as well, but as the name would suggest. But the branding on the front of the store just makes it really clear to see. It was in a new area, and driving around and made it really obvious when that you're finding yourself at a pet store. Now, I love some of the touches that Ashton's given this store. When you walk in, you see those chairs there, which just allows you to just chill out. And I can imagine Nick and Ashton just chilling there on a weekday afternoon, just sitting back and having a bit of a rest after a busy day's work. But you quickly get past the relaxing side of things because you come in and see this gigantic coral bank here. The camera, I'm trying to give you a bit of a indication of the length of this thing. This is one piece, this huge coral bay, and it's stocked to the brim with some of Australia's nicest corals. So it's a piece in itself. And don't forget, this store's only been open for, at this point when I went through the store, it had only been open for I think about 2 weeks. And you can see we've got a good range of Reef Revolution up on the shelves there, along with some other great Aussie brands. We've got Yellow Marine, we've got Coral Essentials, we've got some other items there too. We've got the Aqua Twist, we've got Clary Sea Roller Mass. You can see some Radians, some AIs, some Vectra pumps, some Vortec pumps, and of course some temperature controllers. One thing I'd like to point out here is some of these incredible little crochet marine-themed animals. These are made, I'm pretty sure, by Ashton's mum, and they're incredible. And I'm really proud to say that I've got one of those octopuses there for my daughter, and she absolutely loves it. So it's just a really neat little touch where you can bring the kids along to the store. But let's get back to the fish and coral side of things. And you can see the fish tank bays are now installed and pretty well full. We've got a good range of freshwater fish here. So you can see some good range of freshy, some goldies. We've got, I think they're gouramis there, but like I normally say in these videos, I shouldn't try and embarrass myself by saying freshwater fish species because I will absolutely get it wrong. And you can see there's no shortage of them. The tanks are nice and clean. They got really nicely finished. You see these guys are super friendly. You wave your finger, they think they're going to get fed. The nice crisp black silicon. The back walls are black. Oh, we've got these guys here. There's some betas here, and there's some king betas as well. Now, we've got a king beta in this display tank around the side here, and it is an absolute beast. I've never seen king betas before. They're approximately 1.5 to 2 times the size of your usual betas. And this guy knows it. Check out the attitude on his face. He is absolutely a boss. And it's actually really sparked my interest in betas again. I would be tempted to set up a bit of a freshwater planter tank with a beta kicking about, one of these king betas. So I don't think it's that amazing that it's going to make you see a new YouTube channel called Parker's Rivers anytime soon. But I don't know. I keep talking about these freshwater fish more and more in these videos, so I guess stranger things have happened. But let's jump over and check out the marine fish, because I know that's what most of you are here for, and there's absolutely no shortage of marine fish here. But you just see me pointing at the Reef Revolution logo there, just a subtle little reminder that this video is sponsored by Reef Revolution. It's part of the tour of getting around to stores. And check out some of these tangs here. This guy here, he's some sort of type of bristle tooth with a yellow tail. Absolutely stunning fish. And of course, a sailfin doing what sailfins do. You see a beautiful red flame angel in there. We got some other tangs and other sailfin revving things up. Looks like we got a goby in there, a wrasse, a white-tailed chromis, a beautiful Harlequin Tusk, still fairly juvenile. Quite a small little fish there, so he's going to be a really cool addition to someone's tank. But I just want to come back and check on this bristletooth again, and I'm just going to ask Nick over to tell us about him. As I call Nick over, he's obviously very in tune with the fish he's got in stock, and he's just informed me that this guy is just what they call a blue-eye coal tang. But I must admit, I haven't seen him with that bright yellow tail before, so he's a pretty cool little unit. Obviously a lot cheaper than the white-tailed bristletooth, and to be honest, just as striking. So that's a pretty cool little fish there. We've got another sailfin in here. This guy is chilling out with, looks like a hawkfish in the back there. You can see a beautiful angel there, pretty cheeky looking little blenny. Yeah, I think that's a queen angel there. I could be wrong on that, but that's an absolute stunner. We got some Banggai Cardinals there, a beautiful, another little dwarf angel there. I think he may be, is that a Collini or a Fireball? You see some skunk clowns. We've got, oh yeah, beautiful Picasso trigger there. We've got another angel back there, and we've got a pretty fired up Tang, a nice little multicolour angel in there. You don't see a lot of those about. There's a cool fox face. He's looking a little scared at the moment of the camera. He's just paled out a little bit, but I'm sure he'll do okay. Now, let's have a little bit of a close look. I've just popped the filter on so you can have a close look at the corals and the coral bay here. We've got a cool range of acans in here. Nick's been doing some fragging along the back there. We've got some maize corals there. I can see some chalice, some montes, looks like some fungias. Good assortment of Duncan variants there. There's the chalice up there. I can see some lobos. I can see some beautiful turbinarias there in the green and the purple. Got some elegants. We've got some trachyphilias, some gonoporas. I can see some slippers. There's some big bubble corals. Nick's trademark 24 karat gold corals. Nick seems to have a really good deal with the collector that's getting these, because while the rest of Australia is crying out saying they cannot get gold torches, Nick's always got a great range. So if you're after gold torches, you know where to go. You can see that beautiful bubble tip tank there, which is well stocked with some cool rose bubble tips. But now let's get around the corner here. You can see some, they've still got some pet food in stock there. We've got some large terrariums. I just want to quickly check out some of the dry goods range, and we'll also check out upstairs, have a look at the reptiles. One thing that has carried over from Nick and Ashton's last story is the impeccable dry goods displays. They've just got a bit more room to spread their wings now, but the shelves are always faced up beautifully. The products are always so well displayed, and it just is a really inviting shop. Like I said, despite the fact that at this stage the guys really are still moving in, the poor guys have been moving in after hours, working all day at the old shop, and then bringing stuff across after hours over to this shop. So I think it's been a huge effort, but you can see the brands here really well represented. Red Sea is an absolute flagship product for Nick's Aquarium, and it's represented really well. You can see the Anything Acrylic range of products there. Just absolute quality, really nicely made Australian-made products. They can be custom ordered for whatever you need. And we've got a good range of eShop items there as well. There are ATO reservoirs and their filter sock holders, things like that. You see a good assortment of ocean nutrition food, and of course API test kits, additives, foods. But once you come upstairs here, you can just see we get into the reptile section, and it's really nicely marketed, I guess, or branded. You see the Exoterra base camp. They've got these really cool tiki ranges of things, and I know I was joking before about possibly getting a freshwater tank. When I see these terrariums, I'm tempted to get a frog setup, because some of the setups they got here are so cool. You see these tiki head ones. Come over here. What do we got here? We got, that's some stuff if you got snakes, which they do sell here. We got a cool incubator. You got a freezer for the snake and reptile foods. There's some scorpions and things in here. I'm just going to go past them pretty quick, because reptiles do give me a little bit of the willies. There was one of those really cool scorpions in the back of one of those containers there that glows under black light, which is super cool. Ashton did show me that, but unfortunately I was too busy gawking at it rather than getting it on camera. But you just have to pop in store if you want to check one of those out. They're super cool. You see a lot of the ornaments there for the reptiles, which I'm sort of quickly scanning through, because I'm sure there's probably a little bit of interest there from the aquarium people watching this channel. And then we get into just a little bit of aquarium section here. So we've got a range of nets, we've got some heaters, we've got air stones, you see the nice range of Titan unbreakable heaters there. We've got some air pumps, we've got some little in-tank canisters, got a little shrimp tank set up there, some plants. So all in all, it's a really neat reptile haven up on this mezzanine floor, and just a really cool part of the shop where you get this cool perspective of the rest of the shop. So one thing I did want to touch on, we did pop in the store to just touch base with Nick and Ashton and see how things are going with the Reef Revolution range. And of course, when you've got a coral bank this size, we couldn't help but break out the polyp feast and give everything a feed. So Nick was more than happy to oblige. So we got the camera out and we mixed up a good dose of polyp feast and poured it in. And one thing I do just want to touch on this product, you'll see that not only do you get the brown liquid, which helps get polyps out, but you'll also see some of the some of the particles still in that liquid. It doesn't all completely dissolve, so the coral's got something to grab and pull in when those polyp extensions come out. So it's a pretty cool little mix, and we'll have a look at some of the corals reacting to it. All right, so you can see the particles floating through the water now, and you can see those bubble corals are just grabbing for life. And when we hung around for a few more minutes, we could see all of the LPS absolutely puff up and really enjoy life. But one other thing I did want to grab is at the start of the video, I did mention that Ashton was popping out to grab a Ryobi glass cleaner. And that's because when she saw me come, she wasn't happy with the way their Red Sea display tank looked. Between you and I, it looked absolutely incredible, but Ashton made the glass so ridiculously clean that Nick was upset that it highlighted how dirty the glass was inside the tank. So if you're interested in something to clean a lot of glass quickly, check out those Ryobi glass cleaners, because this thing absolutely worked an absolute charm. But it is also a good excuse to show you some of the incredible pieces in this display tank. Don't forget, guys, that this tank was picked up and moved literally only a couple of weeks ago. And everything is absolutely loving life. Nick tells me there was no losses. Things did sulk, and they're still sulking a little bit, but I don't know, you tell me. Have a look at this tank, and things are looking pretty good. Most of the corals there are happy, they're open, they've got good color. Although Nick tells me they've lost a little bit of color, which is to be expected in a move like that, but it's not going to take long. So the Red Sea tank and the products they use in this tank are obviously doing a great job in keeping everything healthy, I should say. All right, I'm starting to mix up my words, so I guess I'll finish things off here. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Check out those Siphastrias. They are incredible. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these, be sure to subscribe. And, of course, if you're in the area of North Lakes, be sure to pop in and see Nick and Ashton and let them know you saw it on Parker's Reefs. Thanks, guys. Bye.